Okay, a Republican headquarters in North Carolina was firebombed over the weekend. Republican Governor Pat McCroy has called it an attack on democracy and an act of political terrorism. Hillsborough police said that someone threw like a flammable liquid through the window of the Orange County's Republican headquarters. It set everything ablaze. The pictures are disturbing. There was a swastika found which said Nazi Republicans get out of town or else, below it or above it, spray paint, etc. Now, this really shouldn't be responded to politically. This is a crime. It's meant to intimidate. It has no place in politics. The perpetrators must be found, prosecuted, and held fully responsible, period. But interestingly, consider the reactions from our two presidential candidates. Here is a tweet Hillary Clinton sent about this incident. The attack on the Orange County headquarters office is horrific and unacceptable. Very grateful that everyone is safe. What about Donald Trump? Here is a tweet from Donald Trump about this incident. Animals representing Hillary Clinton and Democrats in North Carolina just firebombed our office in Orange County because we are winning. Now, not that it matters, but Trump isn't winning in North Carolina. He's losing within the margin of error. But the real issue is, how does he know whether the actors represent Hillary Clinton and Democrats? How does he know they don't represent right-wingers who are upset with Trump being the nominee? How does he know it wasn't the doing of a provocateur? I received 2 emails from people saying, David, given what Donald Trump has done and said this campaign, I wouldn't put it past Trump to coordinate a firebombing of a Republican headquarters just so he can blame it on Hillary Clinton in a state where it's close and take attention away from his own disastrous campaign. That goes pretty far, but there's a less conspiratorial argument, which is that the hate and culture of violence that Trump has legitimized could be just as much or even more responsible for what took place than anything Hillary Clinton has done. And oh, by the way, a crowdfunding campaign led by a Democrat has already raised $13,000 to rebuild the office. There's a Boston Democrat named David Weinberger of Brookline, Massachusetts, who started a campaign on GoFundMe to raise funds to rebuild the facility. 40 minutes after the first donation came in, they had raised over $13,000 from over 500 contributors, surpassing the goal of $10,000. And this was a Democrat who decided to do this. Now, the one confusion I have is reports say the office is a total loss. So I don't know what you need the money for, but I guess it's to replace or go towards a new office in some way. Anyway, I know we sort of have to be careful about conversations like this because I don't want to incite anything, but this is a real conversation we have to have. I'm worried about Election Day being pretty nasty and violent. I remember back in 2004 when George W. Bush was up for re-election, it was getting pretty bad back then, and I was sort of worried about violence and people taking to the streets depending on what the results were. My concerns this year are way, way bigger when I look at the vitriol and the violence that we've already seen, and the firebombing may or may not be sort of directly related to the violence we might see. I'm pretty worried, Pat, about the violence we might see, particularly if Trump loses on November 9th.
Yeah, especially because, a third of the electorate is going to think that the election was rigged and that our whole democracy is illegitimate.